What's happening, family? Dr. Joe here. Hope each of you are well and blessed. Happy Monday evening to each of you. I hope and pray each of you are well. And I pray that you had an amazing Resurrection Sunday, Easter Sunday on yesterday with your family members and your friends. Most times during this season, we've had our village chat on Sunday evenings. But being that one of the greatest days, or the greatest day in the history of the world, Resurrection Sunday morning, we wanted to be considerate of you, your family members, your friends, whatever you were doing, and have this much needed season finale on the day after. And that's why we are here. I know there are a myriad of individuals who are here on today. Those of you who are actually in the world's greatest transformational process, 40 Days with Dr. Joe, the 40-day turn up, or you come through the process, or you've heard about it and you just stumbled across the page. Well, regardless of which bucket you're in, we are glad that you're here. And I think that you guys are in for a treat. What this particular process is an opportunity to take people through a true experience of the mind, the body, and the spirit. If you're going to change a person, you cannot compartmentalize that process. If you're trying to lose weight physically, you can't just go on a diet. If you're trying to get yourself right within your mind or in your mental, you can't just focus on those things. You have to focus on every element of self. And this particular process is something that started a decade ago and is still going strong, and we're still growing and changing lives one person at a time. The village chat, or what you're seeing on tonight, is our opportunity to present real life participants and individuals who are within the process. And we've got a great one on tonight. Now, as you guys know, we're coming to the end of our journey together. And a lot of times when people are at this state of the game in terms of the 40-day turn up and or the journey, there's a lot of apprehension in terms of how am I going to be able to do this once this process is over? I don't want to give back any of my trophies. For those of you guys who know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. I don't want to gain any of the weight. I don't want to lose the great results that I've gotten. So what we're going to do on this season finale is I've invited 3 veterans. These are our village OGs. They're very, very special to me. They're very, very special to our village. And if I had to say that they're individuals who epitomize the process and the spirit of our village, it is going to be these 3 individuals. So we're going to have a chat with them. We've got some questions. And I really, really think I not only want you to hear their stories, but I want you to hear their wisdom, because these are individuals who've actually stood in your shoes. And on tonight, they're going to share their wisdom in a magnificent, mighty way. So I want to introduce to some and present to others Coach Tiffany Phoenix Adams.
Hello.
Ambassador TP Rosser. And we got Coach Andre Goins. How you doing, gang?
What's going
Hello.
on?
How you doing,
What's going on? How y'all doing?
Joe?
All right. Well, thank you guys for being a part. We're on our season finale, and I'm so glad I've known each of you for some years. And I want to just kick things off. We'll start with Tiffany. And I want all of our viewers who are watching to hear your story. So, Tiffany, why don't you tell us who you are, tell us what you do, and tell us what led you to the 40 turn up.
Okay. Hello. Good evening, everyone. My name is Tiffany Adams. I am a criminal defense attorney in Atlanta, Georgia. I have my own firm, the Adams Firm, in Atlanta, Georgia. And I came to the process in 2020 during COVID. So I've kind of been the thick girl all my life. In college, I was already in the 200s by the time I graduated. The furthest I could go back in my medical records was 05, and I was 305 pounds then. So I kind of would sit between 280, 300-ish my entire adult life. I would say as we got to like 2019, I started to purchase my own home as a self-employed individual. It was very stressful. And so I got out of my safe range, which I felt was like between 280, 300, because I could always lose a quick 20 pounds. But I kind of got out of that range and things got out of control. So we come into 2020 and I'm at 350. I remember I made a post on Facebook before we had to shut down asking for a seamstress, because at this point I'm in a size 24 clothing. And I'm like, I have not seen a cute 26 ever. So I'm like, I need to get someone to make my clothes for court. I am now coming to court with like a Spanx on, leggings, under my suit, so I could continue to have like the nice silhouette, which means I'm very hot. So I got to get to court 30 minutes early so I can go to the restroom and not look like a mess when I come in. So it was just at this point, my hip, back, my knees are hurting daily. I'm taking 8 Aleve a day, like 8, 4 in the morning, 4 in the evening. Not healthy. The doctor said don't do it, but I'm like, I need it to live because I can't walk and function because everything hurt. It so we shut down. I'm at home, and it's just when court and everything else stopped, I had to focus on me. I started to see me. So I had to film a video for church one day, and it was like a full length video, and I couldn't hide from any angle. And I realized how large I was looking on camera. And so I just got the nerve up to get on the scale, like, how heavy have you gotten? And at that point, I was 375.5 pounds. And I just wanted to die because I didn't see a way out of it. Because I always thought like 305, that's close to 300. You're good. But now I'm really the joke, a biscuit away from 400. Like, I don't know. I don't see a way out. So I'm crying and I'm just in the mirror and I'm like, very frustrated because I don't understand how I could accomplish becoming an attorney. I'm at 7 years of school. I have my own practice. It's successful. How can I do all of that, but I cannot control my weight? And so I just had to be real with myself and say those things you gave and dedicated your life to for a certain amount of time. This weight, you play with it. You diet for 3 weeks. You do this. You don't really take it serious. So I was like, Lord, I'm going to take it serious. Whatever you send me, whatever it is, I don't know, but send it to me and I'm going to enroll, sign up, pay whatever, sign up, and I'm going to commit, and I'm not going to stop until I reach the goal. I went on Facebook that day, Dr. Joe, and I saw the flyer for the 40-day turn up. I've known you for like 14 years prior to the flyer and had known about the process, but you don't receive something until it's your time. So I signed up. And then I knew it started with some detox juice. So I Googled and found the website. So I was like, I'm going to start today. So I went on, but I couldn't remember how many to order. So I sent an email like, how many do I need to start the detox? I didn't know I was emailing you. So Dr. Joe emails back, wait, Tiffany. And I was like, oh, okay. I'll wait for the process. So I waited on the process to start. And once I started, I just never stopped.
Wow. And now you got a beautiful shirt on there.
Yes.
Tell the folks, it's such a huge trophy. Nobody did that but you. Tell the folks how much weight you lost.
So I have lost 150 pounds, and I did it in your process from enrollment to a year, a month, and 12 days, literally. No pills, no potions, no surgery, no nothing. The knowledge you gave us and following your process, that's it.
Well, Tiffany, thank you. Attorney Tiffany, thank you for that. We're going to come back to that. I'm so proud of you. And just to see how you're soaring and how successful you are is just great. So thank you for your story. We're going to go down to TP. Now, TP, I'm going to be honest with you, TP, before you talk. When you came on before we went live, I was like, who is this on the live? You look completely different. I mean, so proud of you. Let me just hush. The floor is on you, TP.
Thank you.
Tell us who you are. Tell us about yourself and what led you to the process.
Okay, so I am TP Rosser. I am employed with Bibb County School District. I am the Director of Student Support Services. I am a wife, a mom, all of that good stuff. I came to the process in 2020, just as Tiffany. Again, our story is very similar. I am a member of Dr. Joe's church, so I've watched him for 20 years. I've seen him through his transformation. It was just like, oh, wow. And it really took one of my bestest line sisters. Shout out to Tiffany Dover, Coach Tiffany. She's Antioch Strong. And I saw what the process did for her and her mom. And I was just blown away. And I was like, you have to tell me the next time, like, I'm going to sign up. Like, I have to do this. I started at 236. I am 160. I fluctuate from about 160, 165-ish. I was on blood pressure medication from 2011 when I was about 5 months pregnant until November of 2020. I completed the process, my 40 days in August of 2020. And so my doctor was like, you have to get under 200 pounds and I'll take you off the medication. Went to the doctor. He didn't even know who I was. And I was just like, what's wrong with him? Because he was like, hey, how are you? Like he was real formal. And then he finally was like, wait, take off your mask. That's you? And I was like, yeah, it's me. And so he was like, what did you do? And I was just like, the 40-day turn up. And he was like, you know what? It works. I know about it. And so I've encouraged a lot of my family members. My husband is in the process right now. So the 40-day turn up works.
That is awesome. Congratulations to you.
Thank
so
you.
Proud. You have served in every capacity of leadership, and we really, really love you, TP. And thank you for all that you do. Shout out to your husband. And your husband is is he a chef?
Well, he's a trained chef.
Got it. Yeah,
look, I
knew it was something. Yeah, it was something that revolved and evolved around food. So shout out to him.
Yeah,
I'm sure he's making some great meals. All right, and coming up the rear, my main man in the 100 grand, Andre. Dre, how you doing, man? Floor's on you, sir.
Hey, how y'all doing? Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Hear me? Okay. How you doing? My name is Andre Gerard Goins. I'm a professional photographer. I also am a field coordinator of transportation for one of the school districts in Georgia. I started the 40-day during COVID. I seen Tiffany post on her page about this, about this process, and I was like, I definitely have to try this. I was on blood pressure medicine for 20 years, on and off. Then I was diagnosed with sleep apnea, and I had to go on the CPAP machine. And, it was crazy because I've always been in the gym and I've always worked out and things like that. So when COVID hit, I don't know where the extra pounds came from. I mean, it hit so quick. And I just remember like walking past the mirror and I seen my stomach before I seen the rest of my body. And I was like, what's going on here? Like, I'm a man that really takes pride in my appearance. So, and then, the people that I engage with, just your appearances have to be on point. So it was a no-brainer for me. On and off blood pressure medicine for 20 years. And fellas, y'all know what blood pressure medicine do to you. So, so it was a prideful thing there as well. When I started the process, I was 233 pounds. When I finished the process, I was down to 191. Over the last 2.5 years, I have maintained around 52-pound loss, and I kept it off. Then I started seeing like my body change, and I started seeing things that I really I thought that I looked like years before this, but I realized after having this body that I didn't. And 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 like when I went to the doctor, and when she looked at me, she brought like other nurses in the room, and they was looking at me like I was a science project. They was like, did you see his numbers? Like, did you look what's going on? So when I was telling them about Dr. Joe, they like wanted me to pull up journeylife.tv. They like looking at me like, huh? Like I'm like, nah, I just followed the process. I didn't view it as a program. I viewed it as a process because I knew that it was something that was going to be with me for the rest of my life. And man, it's just been amazing. It's been amazing just going through the process. And when people see you that known you for years, and then they look at you and they like, wow, like you it's like so inspiring to them. And I'm like now, and I'm like, you know what? I just look at it like, you know what? I'm here to motivate, to inspire, and to direct them to where they need to go at.
That's awesome, man. Well, I'm so proud of each of you. I remember each of you when you started, and just to see where you all are today. I mean, you guys are just great assets to our village, and the folks tonight are so excited about hearing your stories. And I really want to take some time now that we kind of heard your stories, and I want you guys to speak your wisdoms just from your perspective. Now, as you guys know, we're coming to the end of the 40-day turn up, and that first time through, there's a lot of anxiety. You know, they're posting about it now as we speak, and folks are nervous. You know, I don't want to gain the weight back. I don't want to lose my discipline. I don't, you know, I want. They're listening to y'all saying, I want to be like Tiffany. I want to be like TP. I want to be like Dre. And that's the reason why we had you guys on here. So what I want you all to do is give me one solid bit of advice, each of you. We'll start back for you, Tiffany, specifically. When you got to the end of your 4-day turn up process, were you afraid of something? And if so, what was it? And what did you do to combat it? Tiffany, we'll start with you.
I will say that I didn't view it as an end. I viewed it as I'm graduating from being under your everyday tutelage to now implying those same principles on my own. So that weekend of graduation, I took a deep breath, enjoyed a couple things I had not been eating, and literally that Monday, I was back on it. And I continued to be that way because, you know, I had a lot to lose. So being 375, coming through the process and the weight I had lost before, I'm still 3 something. So I'm still 320. So stopping wasn't an option. And so
your words below. I don't mean to cut you off. You said I viewed it as a continual process. Please continue. I'm sorry.
Yes. And I tell my participants that now as a leader, when the process starts, I say, if you're here just to do something for 6 weeks, please quit, like get off my team, because you're not going to be successful. You're going to take somebody's spot. You're going to lose a few pounds and you're going to gain it back 2 weeks after. Because if you think that you're going to be able to continue or go back to who you used to be and get the same results or stay where you were, it just doesn't work like that. And so when I signed up, it was death to the old me. And it was like, that person has to die because that person is 375 and that person didn't take care of herself and that person had all of this stuff. And so it's a new day. So I really looked at it as not the end, but like Tony shared in his village, it was the process really begins after graduation. So it was now I got to apply everything I learned and do it on my own. And I just kept myself motivated and kept going because see, I'm a Leo, so I'm competitive too, right? So I knew the journey was coming up. So I'm like, shoot, okay, most people gonna chill and wait to that process, but I'm gonna continue and stay because I have a bigger goal. Right. So then I continued to lose. So by the time we started the journey, I was maybe down 75 pounds. So it's just, you just have to continue going. If you think that you can go back and be different, it doesn't work like that.
That's powerful. So, gang, for all of y'all listen to her wisdom. She says, I viewed it as a continual process. Let's keep that in mind. Thank you, Tiffany. All right, TP, the floor is yours. Same question. When you got to the end of the process, what did you fear most and how did you combat it, TP?
So when I got to the end, I wasn't so much of fearful. I was just excited because I was like, wow, I've lost 23 pounds in 40 days. Like, it's me against me. Like, keep going. You got what you need and the sky's the limit. So I was kind of motivated because I never did like many diets or whatnot. So just to see something actually work, I was like, OMG, like I can keep going. I can do this. So, you know, I kept eating, kept drinking water, kept exercising like every single day. And that's something that I never did before the process.
Keep that same energy, right? Yep. Would that be a good summary?
That's it. And I'm a Leo, so it's me against me. Like, keep it. Same energy.
And you know what, TP, we talked about that with the trophies, and that's what we're talking about. It's like for those of you all who are at the end and you like what you see, even if you're not where you want to be, Let that motivate you to keep going, because you're not going to be in a better frame of mind than you are right now. If you start getting out of the rhythm, it's going to be that much harder to get back that momentum. So to TP's point, keep that same energy. Thank you, TP. All right, Dre, same question to you, sir. At the end of your process, did you have a fear? And if so, how did you combat it?
You know what? I think I'm like TP. I didn't really have a fear, but as after the process, I realized some things. You can't get comfortable. You can't get comfortable, and it's so easy to think that, okay, well, I lost it again. I lost it already. I can do it again, and I can do it again. Don't get comfortable. Keep your foot on the gas all the time. All the time. You're going to have so many temptations out there. A lot of things change. Like your taste buds are going to change. A lot of different things are going to change, but stay within the process. Stay within the process. That's the big thing. Don't get comfortable. Stay within the process, and you should be fine.
Excellent. You can't get comfortable. Andre, TP, keep that same energy. Tiffany, she viewed it as a continual process. And I think each one of those nuggets, gang, are important nuggets for y'all to kind of take from people who've been there, done that. Because what you don't want, and I've been there, is what you don't want is to look back 6 months from now and you're sad because you've let all these great new habits and thought processes and how you feel go to waste. It's one thing to go to your doctor's office and you see, and the doctor is complimenting you on your numbers. And it's another thing to go to your doctor's office and they tell you, hey, your blood pressure is creeping up. Hey, your weight is, nobody wants to hear that. So that's great. That's great information. Okay. All right. The next question, I want to ask you all different questions. And I want to start with you, Tiffany. We'll start in the same order. Tiffany, how important was exercise? How important has exercise been in you maintaining what you've been able to lose and even continuing to get more results?
Yes. Exercise has been very important. A lot of people see the post that I make now, and I'm at I'm training with a trainer now 4 days a week. I didn't start there. I literally started walking outside 3 days a week because at 375, everything hurts at every step. So I started 3 days a week, and then I just would add more, and it was 10 minutes out, 10 minutes back. And I literally walked the first 50 pounds off. We were in COVID. Everything was closed. I had a nice path, heels, and I walked the first 50 pounds off. And then I went to a trainer. But when we started the process, or when I signed up, my resting heart rate was like 76. I was starting to have like palpitation, like tightness in my chest at night, which I felt really was just God saying, get it together, because I didn't have any high blood pressure or, high cholesterol. I didn't have any of that. And so I started to move, just give me another chance, Lord, I'm gonna get it. And it's just the movement. Now my resting heart rate is 51, 52. So when I go to the doctor and they're taking it, they're asking me like, are you on medication? And I'm like, no, why? She was like, your heart rate's so low. And I'm like, oh girl, I've been working out for 2 years doing all this cardio, all this weight. So even if not to look good, it's great for heart health, period, to move. We got to move. And then to look good, like at 375, I was wide and outside, large and in charge. So I had a lot, I'm like, I'm trying to be lips, hips, and fingertips. So with the trainer and everything has allowed me to get snatched. And so I'm in a size 10 jeans today and a medium top. And to have been overweight my entire adult life, like people don't understand, like it's people that are seeing me, that have known me for 15 or 18 years and have never seen me this size. Like I have not been a legal age this small. Wow. So exercise has been a big part in the weight loss and getting the look. And so it's very important. We have to move. And like a lot of us have office jobs. I do. So outside of working out, I sit down all day. I'm not moving unless I'm at my workout. So it's very important for us to move. So got to keep up the workouts.
Great point. And gang, I want you all to listen to what she said. Increase your intensity over time. This is huge. I'm an advocate for walking. Walking is huge, but walking is only going to get you so far once you've gotten so many good results. You got to push it. Even if walking is an off day recoup, I'm just moving myself or whatnot. But so gang, listen to that. As the more weight you lose, you're going to have to increase that intensity if you want to continue getting those results. So that's great, Tiffany. Thank you for that word of wisdom. All right, TP, for you, what has been the most important? Let's talk about diet with you and food. Are there things that you don't do now, or what are some permanent things that have been a part of your diet that's just who you are and not just something you did for 40 days? What have been some things that have remained stable for you since the end of the process?
I think the whole point of measuring food and actually cooking my own food, that has definitely changed. That's something that even though my husband cooks, I rarely cook food at home. You know, it was easier for me to just grab and go. So the process definitely taught me the importance of using those apps like Lose It, measuring your food. So I'm knowing exactly what's going in my body, exactly how many calories that I'm eating per day. That has been like definitely a game changer for me.
Oh, that's huge. I kind of look, and I've said this, and this kind of people have to learn this the hard way, and I'm hoping they don't have to learn the hard way by just listening. But you know what? Whoever can figure out how to make money and avoid paying taxes without going to jail is going to be a rich individual. And likewise, whoever can figure out how to have a healthy lifestyle, sustainable weight loss, and you don't have to measure and cook your food will be a rich person. But I don't care what diet you're on, I don't care what program you're on, measuring your food and preparing your food is so very important. I'm so glad you brought that up because I you just can't do it any other way. And
And that's something like I've been reaching out to some participants, and I'm like, you can't be measuring your food. Like I'm looking at your plate. It's too much food on your plate.
Yeah.
So I've been reaching out to them, just giving them pointers like on what to eat, when to eat it, how to eat it.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's good. And having been there, done that, you can see it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Dre, with you, sir. What mistakes have you made since you stopped the 4-day turn up? Have you made mistakes? And if so, what were they? And how would you recommend someone avoiding it?
So can you hear me? Because I'm off there. Okay. So basically the mistake that I made was, like I said, getting comfortable. I felt like I can make it up. I can go ahead and eat this. It didn't bother me this time. Oh, I can eat it for a couple more days. Oh, guess what? I ain't see no weight gain. But when you see it, you like, whoa, hold up. And then for some reason, getting it off the first time was easier than getting it off the second time.
Wow.
Because the discipline that you had and the motivation that you had with the village, it was there to help you and get you through it. But then when you have to conjure that motivation up on your own and you have to figure it out, then you like, wow, okay, I can't do this again. I can't do this. So the main thing is don't get comfortable. And what I had to do is I just really had to, I, excuse my language, but I had to kind of eat crow because it was like, I made the mistake. I admitted that I made the mistake and I had to correct it. So now what I do is I'm always on edge. I'm always on edge and I'm always watching what I eat. I'm always watching how I eat it. And like TP, I weigh everything. I mean, I'm to the point that when I eat off, I weigh that as well. And that's it. I just and then being comfortable also goes with thinking that you don't have to exercise. You thinking that you don't have to do those things. So it kind of I piggyback off of TP and Tiffany. don't get comfortable. Make sure that you're still doing everything that you're supposed to do. Your exercise, your water. Um, I mean, your eating. You have to do everything, and you have to treat every day like Dr. Joe's watching you. You know what I mean? You got
Put
to.
it down.
You got to. I'm telling you, you have to.
Oh,
So that's what I would say. Don't get comfortable. Keep your foot on the gas, and always be on edge.
now that's excellent. I'm gonna share with you all while we just up here chatting, and y'all can chime in if you. Let me tell you where because we all have weaknesses, starting with me. I think that's one of the reasons why I've been effective at teaching it, because I've been there. But one of my mistakes, whenever I come off of when I'm like how we're in a cut now, we're working on ourselves to get back to where we need to be. What throws me off is always vacationing. And what I've noticed is when I go on trips, I'm working out, I'm active. Yeah, I'm eating more than I normally would, but I never gain a ton of weight. I may gain 5 or 6 pounds, but that's something easy. But my problem is my mindset when I come back is still on vacation. I start kind of what Dre is saying, those small little bad habits. Well, I'll get a little bit more here. Oh, I was only, and what I've learned is when you come back from vacation, you got to jump in that, metaphorically speaking, you got to jump in that cold swimming pool.
Yes.
Get yourself back into it as quickly as possible. Because what I've noticed, it'll linger. Can you all speak to that? Do y'all struggle with that as well?
I think for me, I'm cognitive a little bit of what I'm eating because I want to drink my calories.
Yeah.
But I'm exercising while I'm on vacation.
Yeah.
So when I get home, I don't want to be like,
yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So vacation is my Achilles heel. I'm still trying to figure it out. So I'm the one that comes back and I'm up 10, 12 pounds sometimes because I don't have a middle road. I'm on or I'm off.
Yeah.
So when I go on vacation and I'm like, I don't work out and I eat whatever, I drink whatever. And I'm like, oh, but the difference, I do get right back into it.
Yeah.
When I come back, I'm like, I'm home. It's a fast day. And sometimes I may fast until I get back to where I was before I left.
Yeah, that's smart.
Don't eat no food and eat too much out of town. Fast until we get it back. So I just get right back.
You know what? I kind of treat vacation a little differently. I mean, I know that you have to exercise and watch your food, but I know I can't not do 2 of them at the same time. So if I go on vacation and I'm going to overeat, I try to exercise. And then if I know that, if I'm not going to exercise, I try to make sure I watch what I'm eating. So it's just kind of like one of those things. I got to do one or the other. I can't do both of them and not do both of them. You know what I mean? So I can't go on vacation and not work out and still eat crazy.
Right. Yeah.
No.
I can't do that. So I got to incorporate at least one of them in there to combat it. And I still gain, but I don't feel as bad,
Yeah.
Now, and it's great in saying that, and you all have all said this in your own way, but one thing that people have to remember, you got to look at eating like you look at your budget. And we all know about that. I don't care how much money you're making, and I don't care how little money you make. Everybody's on some budget. You got different levels of it at the end of the day. We got to pay for where we lay our head, if it's mortgage, if it's rent. You got to pay for transportation. You have to pay for food. And we're always mindful of that. And the same way we got to be mindful about our money is the same way we got to be mindful about our calories. And it goes both ways. Like what Dre is saying is, he's saying, I got to think about not only how much I'm eating, that's what I'm consuming, but also he says my exercise, I'm burning it. It's the same way with our finances, the same way with eating. You have to wake up and always be mindful. It's like when folks go out and they splurge and they eat whatever they want. How many people do you know will just go on a shopping spree every day? Most folk don't have it like that. Right. Your points, if you got those shoes, you want that purse, that outfit, and you want to splurge, you don't do it every day. Same way with food. So if we can start thinking about our food intake like we do how we handle our money, it'll help us holistically, So that's great. That's great advice. Now, thank you all for that. I want to close with you all giving a word we all know where our individuals are. We're at the end of a process. If you had to speak one thing into them at this point, what would you tell them? How would you encourage them? What would you want to share that perhaps you have not? Tiffany, we'll start with you.
Okay. I think the biggest thing that I've learned, and you say it every time, and is don't take your foot off the gas. And what I wish I had done differently was be sitting here with a 200-pound down shirt, because when I hit 150, I took my foot off the gas. I started to travel. I started to allow more cheat meals in, and I still would weigh my food and measure when I'm home, but it just kept me here. So I've been sitting at that, 150 down. So if you're not at your goal, don't stop. Keep going. Literally, like graduation weekend, treat yourself to a nice meal. Become that Monday. Let's get back on it. Let's keep going and keep going until you finally reach the goal. Like really. So because I felt like, oh, I lost 150. So I earned some cheat meals, right? No, I didn't, because I didn't reach my goal yet. So in order to get to the goal, I realized I have to get back to that same mentality I had at 375 and that same motivation, actually stick 100% to the plan. So that's what I've been doing this time around. And it's, I'm getting there. So don't take your foot off the gas. Keep going until you reach the goal.
All right. TP, thank you, Tiffany.
Yes.
Similar to what Tiffany said, my thoughts are just to remember your never again picture. You don't want to go there again. So that means you can't go back. You got to keep robbing the bank. There's still money left on the table.
Now, I can't even write that. You know what? To your point, and y'all have seen me flash this picture, and I personally believe that everyone should keep there. This is where I got the whole never again picture was, because this was I remember when I took this picture, that's where I started. I keep that in my phone. And all of you all who are watching this, do what TP said. Get that never again when you were the gut and butt on day one. Put it in your phone and look at it. I look at this so often. Sometimes I look at it for motivation. Sometimes I look at it for inspiration. Sometimes I show people this to say, hey, I did it. You can do it. Yeah. So it's just a great photo that we can all have. So thank you for that, TP. Remember your never again picture. That's awesome. All right, Dre.
I'm gonna tell you, Dr. Joe. What I would say is, and I'm going out on a limb with this one. Don't move in silence. A lot of people always say move in silence. Don't move in silence. If you have goals, put them out there. Put your workouts out there. Let the people around you know what you're doing. Your family members, anybody. Hey, I'm my goal. I'm losing this. I don't want to eat that. No, I'm doing this. I'm doing that. Because guess what? When you do that, it kind of makes put a lot of accountability back on you. You know that people watching you. I know, like me, I had so many insecurities. I would never take my shirt off and put it on social media. Never, ever. But I did it because I knew that was something that I had to do, and I knew that the only way that I was going to accomplish what my goals was to put it out there and let everybody see and let everybody know what I got going on. So you're going to be tempted, and a lot of people will come around you. Oh, you don't have to do that. You don't have to do this. Yes, I do. So don't move in silence. Put it out there. Let the world see. And then when you get to where you need to be at, when you're on the way to where you're going at, share that information with somebody. Help somebody. Don't keep it bottled up for yourself. Share it. Put it out there. So don't move in silence.
I like that. Tiffany, I want you to take some time, share with the gang your firm. Tiffany is a personal attorney of mine. I endorse her 100%. If you need a great attorney, she's got my seal of approval personally. So Tiffany, tell them the type of attorney you are and how they can contact you.
Yes, so I do criminal defense of all criminal charges in Georgia, misdemeanors, felonies, murder charges, drug trafficking, child molestation, call me. I also do personal injury, car accidents, truck accidents, and slip and falls. Our number is 404 507-2889. And it's theadamsfirm.com. TheAdamsfirm.com.
See if I got it right, Tiffany.
Yes, that's right.
All right, great. Criminal defense, DUIs,
drug trafficking, drug possession, murder charges, aggravated assault, armed robbery.
Y'all know y'all some criminals out there.
All
right. Criminal defense 404-507-2889. Yes. Theadamsfirm.com. Theadamsfirm.com.
Thank you.
TP, I don't know if you got a business. Do you have a business? You got something you want to share? How can the folks get in contact with you, Tiffany?
Well, I plan weddings and parties.
Okay.
You can reach me at 678.
All right.
368. 5337. And the email address is long at last stress-free events @gmail.com.
Events S. At. I hope I didn't mess this up, but we're gonna take our time. At last stress-free events.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you.
678. If you want to get a party, a wedding,
baby shower,
bachelorette parties, whatever you want. 678-368-5337. At last stress-free events @gmail.com. Miss TP Rosser. That's what's up. Thank you, TP. All right.
Thank you.
And Dre is our photographer. So Dre, tell us how we get in contact with you and what you do and what type of photos do you take?
All right. So I'm a multi-genre photographer. I do weddings. I do proms. I do parties. I do destination weddings. I do anything that you can think of. I got you. Okay. My phone number is 678-439-5017. My website is www.byandregerard.com. BYANDRAGERRODE.com.
Got it.
And if you can't find me there, which you should, you can just go to IG to Your Fit Photographer.
Oh, let me put that.
And you can find me on IG under Your Fit Photographer.
Okay. IG Your Fit. I think I got it. Let's see. Let me know, Dre.
Yes, you're good.
He's a multi-genre photographer. 678-439-5017. Destinations, weddings, parties, whatever you got, he got you. www.byandregerard.com, or you can hit him at IG Your Fit Photographer. Is that it?
Yes, sir.
All right, gang. Tiffany, TP, Andre, thank you all so much. The folks are just loving y'all. Y'all reach out to them if you want to connect, listen to their words of wisdom so you guys can continue to get great results. Tiffany, TP,
thank you,
and Trey, thank you guys for being our special guest, and we'll see y'all next time.
Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Thank you. See you later.
Yes, sir. All right. What a great time we had, ladies and gentlemen. Gang, is some great information that you just heard, some great wisdom. What I think we should do is listen to the words of Tiffany, TP, and Andre and reflect. Reflect on where you are. Reflect on those things that they brought up that resonates within you. Get a plan. Continue to move forward. All right? If you're not at your goal, keep pressing until you reach your goal. All right? Thank you guys for being a part of this great season finale. It's been a wonderful season. I hope you've enjoyed all of these village chats. Lord knows I have. To those of you who are just now seeing this, be certain to follow us on Instagram at Journey Life TV. You can follow us on Facebook at Journey Life TV. All right. we'll have all of our updates there. You can learn more about the process. You can learn more about who I am, what we represent. And we look forward to seeing you again very, very soon. We look forward to celebrating all of our graduates at our graduation, which is coming up soon. And once again, for all that information, you can follow us at either IG or Facebook, Journey Life TV, and you'll get all that information. Until next time, be well, be blessed, and thank you for being a part of our season finale of Village Chat. We'll see you on the next one.